Assalamu alaikum, welcome back to my channel. Today I just thought I'd sit down and do a little bit of a get ready with me. It's currently bank holiday Monday, it's also the first day of Ramadan. I picked up the Makeup Forever Step 1 Base Hydrating Primer. Never tried any of their primers before, but it's currently 3:15, so it's kind of late to try this, but I'm gonna just put it on half my face today and then see if I can notice a difference or not. I'm just going to apply it all over the skin, under my eyes as well. That feels so nice on the skin. Feels so good. I actually really want to apply it all over my face, but I think I will withhold that. This side of my face feels really dry, but I've still got a little bit of a tan from my honeymoon. I just want my tan to last. I love being tanned and golden. I was using SPF 50, like I'm not one of those to just be walking around and getting burnt. I'm going to go in as usual with a corrector. At the moment I'm just trying to use up my Soap and Glory one, which used to be like my HD. My skin is looking really awful at the moment. Like I said in my last video, I've been breaking out so much, and I've never been one to have acne. Like I've always been really lucky where I've had the odd spot here and there, of course, like every other teenager and young person, but I've never really had acne before. But this is the first time in my life that I'm experiencing breakouts, and it's been quite stressful, to be honest with you, because I think I just always took my clear skin for granted. I didn't really realise like how lucky I was, and when you start getting acne, it's like, oh my god, it feels like it's so uncontrollable. I mean, it's like it's very first world problems, you know. It's not like the end of the world. Like I still have my health, you know. It's not such a huge thing in the grand scheme of things, but as somebody who's always had clear skin, it's definitely a shock to the system for sure. About 2 pumps of my NARS Sheer Glow foundation. I'm using the shade Stromboli, and I've wet my Eco Tools blending sponge, and I'm going to see if I notice a difference between the two sides. By the way, do you guys like my little light up giraffe in the back? It's so cute. Okay, I don't notice like a huge difference really in how it's applied. Okay, that's all I'm going to apply. I'm not going to apply like extra layers, because if I want more coverage, just put concealer on. So basically I asked you guys on Instagram if you want to see the honeymoon vlogs now or after Ramadan, and actually a lot, I think like 73% of you said like now, like as soon as possible. But thinking about it realistically, in the next 3 weeks I'll be working full time, and then I've got a week of half term. Now obviously when you're working full time and you're fasting anyway, it's a challenge in itself. Like that is definitely a test. So fasting, working full time, and then also trying to edit these vlogs to perfection, because with my honeymoon vlogs, like every other vlog that I've done, I do spend time on it, but you know, I don't sort of spend hours and hours on them. I just sort of edit it in a couple of hours. But with the honeymoon vlogs, like I feel like it's something that I'm always going to look back on for years to come, inshallah. So I want them to be as perfect as possible. Like I'm going to be spending more time editing my honeymoon vlog, so I think I'm going to save most of that editing for May half term, and then after Eid, inshallah, then those will go up along with all the other content, because I've got like a Ubud Bali shopping haul. I'm gonna film a video on how to shop in Bali and get the best value for money, and a honeymoon planning video. Like that's not gonna be too long, to be honest, but a few of you guys have asked for it. You've asked like who we booked through and stuff, so that's also, I feel like I want to keep it compartmentalized on my channel. So this month you'll be seeing not just like Ramadan vlogs, but like any videos that are posted will most likely be either like videos I filmed before, so like the Shein haul and stuff like that, and then videos like this where I'm just talking about just life in general really, and Ramadan and all the rest of it. For me, like last year, it wasn't even so much like the lack of food. Like I can deal with lack of food and even water. Like obviously you get thirsty, but it's not unbearable to deal with it. It's more the lack of sleep. That is what really gets to me. Alhamdulillah, I'm doing well. We just had like such a lovely Easter break, Easter holiday. Like it was just a world away from what we're used to, and it has 100% got the travel bug in me going. Like I always knew that I would enjoy travelling when I got the chance to do it, alhamdulillah. And don't get me wrong, like travelling is not cheap. Even we definitely didn't go for like anything luxury or you know, we didn't go for like a super expensive honeymoon, but even then it still adds up to be quite a lot of money. So it's such a blessing to be able to travel. I picked up this really cute little brush which I showed in yesterday's collective haul, and it is supposed to be a blush brush, but it's just so, what's the word, it's so dense and like fluffy and so cutely designed. So I'm kind of just going to use it for powder and just, you know, the whole Wayne Goss Sonia X Pfizer buffing method. I feel like this is just perfect for that. Okay, I'm going to try out the Makeup Revolution Precise Brow Pencil. I accidentally picked this up. I normally get the Pro version, which is £2 more expensive. So I'm going to be interested actually to see the difference between the two, because they have so many products in their line. It's really like quite overwhelming sometimes. So many pomades, so many powders, so many pencils. So it's in like matte black packaging. There's a lid for both sides. The spoolie is interesting. It's like a swirly spoolie. And then the pencil end looks like that. Very pigmented. I'm hardly like putting any pressure on at all. That's actually done quite a decent job. I do love a brow pencil for how quickly you can just fill in your brows. What do you guys think? Let me know down below. I'm just gonna line my lips because after I do my foundation, my lips just look non-existent. But yeah, what do you guys think about the whole lip filler trend? Because I feel like a year or two ago it was something that just like celebrities and like really big bloggers and, you know, those sorts of people are doing, and now you're just walking down the street and you see people with the most inflated lips ever. Like I was in Primark the other day and there was this lady and her lips were like probably about 4 times the size that they naturally are. Like that is somebody who either had a really bad unqualified or untrained person do their lips, or they just got addicted to it. I think that's the scary thing about plastic surgery and like fillers and that sort of thing. Like it's a very personal decision, but I feel like when you start it must be very difficult to sort of draw a line and be like, I've done enough now, I can stop. Because then you start thinking, well, I fixed this and now I need to fix that and then I need to fix that. Obviously from an Islamic perspective, in my opinion, it's one of those things which I wouldn't personally do, and that's not to say that I'm like super happy with the way I look and I don't have any insecurities. Like that's not true at all. Growing up I had so many insecurities about my nose, and I still really don't like my teeth and the fact that they're very like uneven and they're not, you know, the perfectly straight teeth that you and most people would want to have. And I have thought about like different ways to fix them. I actually had braces when I was younger, but unfortunately the retainers are what meant that I didn't get to keep my straight teeth, but I wasn't totally happy with my finish anyway, so I had braces for like a year and a half. I'm just gonna use this palette which I took with me travelling. Isn't it beautiful? It's so pretty. Yeah, so I had braces for like a year and a half. I think I got them in like year 11 to year 12, but I felt like they were taken off too quickly. I also felt like my teeth could have looked better, but I guess I didn't realise that there's only so much you can do with braces. That's always been an insecurity of mine. But yeah, like it just seems like it's so commonplace now to just get a bit of money and then get so much surgery and stuff done. But I feel like unless it's something that's like been bugging you for years and years and years and years and years, most of the time people aren't that much happier when they get something done, because it starts off like a vicious spiral. That's just my opinion. Like, I don't know, what do you guys think? Let me know down below. No, I just feel like it's become part of the culture now. Like, it's not such a shocking thing anymore to see like people with massive lips that definitely don't look natural at all. Like, it just seems like it's just the norm. I love this yellow shade, by the way. This is a Colourpop shadow in the shade Tiki, and it is just so gorgeous. It's like a really beautiful mustardy yellow. It's nice to add a pop of colour, especially like in the spring, summertime. Can you guys believe it's May already? May 2019 already, and life has just changed so much. I don't actually want to go for too much of a deep or dusky look today. I kind of just want to go for quite a bright look. This is the ABH eyeshadow in the shade Amber, and it is just so pretty. Like, it looks so like nothingness in the pan, but on the eyelids I feel like it just looks so pretty. But with this I actually like applying it with my finger, because my finger just picks up better pigment. So any music that is being used in this video, like in the bits that I'm speeding up, is by a nasheed artist called Ramadan Days. I'll obviously, of course, link his channel down below. He's such a like lovely, humble person. I actually reached out to him and was like, would I be able to use some of your tracks as like in the background of my YouTube videos, and like if I credit you and stuff? He was like, yeah, no, of course, that's not a problem. His sheets are all made without any instruments as well, so not that I always do that on my channel, but I feel like in this month especially, like when most people are trying to come away from listening to music, which is a whole, you know, minefield of opinions really when you think about it. I mean, I'm not going to get into it. I was just going to like say my opinion, but I will not get into it. But yeah, if you're wondering, that is who it's by. Especially if you're somebody who listens to music on a regular basis, it can be hard to go like cold turkey and just totally stop, but it's all about intentions at the end of the day, guys. Like, Islam is all about intentions. If you make a sincere intention to do something with, like, you know, and you really mean it in your heart, then Allah Ta'ala will always help you. That's what I've learned. I'm going to be 24 this month, inshallah, as well, which 24, like my best friend turned 24 yesterday. I was like, wow, like we're actually adults now. And I was talking to like some of the girls, and they were just saying like, we thought life would be so different at 24. We thought like we'd be married and have kids. And I was like, well, I'm kind of halfway there, alhamdulillah. But yeah, it's true. Like when you're like 16, 17, like you envisage life to be so different to what it ends up being. I'm going to use my Topshop bronzer in Mohawk as per usual. It's my fave. But yeah, Allah Ta'ala is the ultimate planner, so I think that's so important to keep in our minds, and having that knowledge as well, just that gives you the ability to eliminate so much anxiety, because if you just have it in your mind that it's all written and Allah Ta'ala is the best planner, and if you have it in your mind that, you know, no matter what's happening right now, no matter what tragedy you're going through, no matter what heartache you're going through, so Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is there for you, and if you take one step to him, he'll take 10 steps to you. Like, subhanAllah, like it makes such a big difference. And I know, because I have definitely experienced difficulty and hardship, and those are the sort of things that I am so appreciative of when social media influencers and people on social media and content creators share that, because it's so personal and so raw and so deep. I've definitely not shared any of it, and I probably won't, because it's so personal to me, if that makes sense. But what I can share is that throughout going through like really dark places and being in like a really difficult place, like just knowing that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala was always there, no matter how low your iman is, no matter when the last time you prayed was, no matter when the last time you opened the Quran was, like if you are living, breathing, if you can move, even if you can't move, but if your heart is still beating, you still have that opportunity to turn to God, and that's such a beautiful gift. I think some people look at Islam and, like, you know, especially like when you start talking about, oh, Ramadan's coming up and, you know, no food and water and stuff, and they just, I'm going to use a splash trio. But, you know, like, you can just see, like, there's pity in some people's eyes. They're like, oh, you poor thing, you won't be able to eat and drink and you know, and how are you going to do it? And I'm guilty of, like, being like, yeah, no, I did find it really hard last year, because I did. But I kind of regret, like, even saying that, because actually, like, it's such a blessing. It's such a blessing that we don't even fully realise, I don't think, until you've gone through something in life which has made you really, really need Allah. And I don't want that to sound wrong, because we all need Allah. Like, Allah's, you know, I'm talking about Muslims here, but we all need God, because God is who created us, and the purpose that we are on this earth is you know, for Allah. I don't want to get too, you know, into a tangent here, but I feel like sometimes it takes going through a really, really difficult time in your life for you to truly appreciate and understand like how much you need Allah. I guess my point is that we all need God, and Ramadan then is a time for us to really step back away from focusing too much on the worldly life. Now, I have so much respect for people who go cold turkey and cut everything out like from day one. I think that's really beautiful. Like, for example, getting in the car and turning the radio on and just listen to the radio, and then obviously listen to music as well. That's just a habit, and it can be hard to cut out. But there are, like, alhamdulillah as well, in this age of technology, there's so many ways that we can just try to cut out these small habits and make small changes. I think that's what it's about, really. It can be really easy to be intimidated when you come across like a very practicing Muslim sister or brother and they seem to have it all together, but you have to remember that they've all got their own struggles. Like, they might not be publicly speaking about it, but everyone has their own struggles. Like, there's no such thing as like a journey as being a Muslim that's completely easy and plain sailing and you're just like a strong Muslim, like from start all the way to finish. Like, everybody has their dips and then they have their rises, and some people's stories will, you know, be like quite steadily like this and they'll keep going and being a strong Muslim, and some people will just, it'll be like ebbs and flows, and that's okay. But as long as you're still remembering that by being alive, by breathing, by having a different day, a different chance to live, like, you have an opportunity to just reconnect with Allah and to really, really, really connect with Allah in whatever way that you can, and try not to compare your Ramadan to other people. Like, I read a really good thing, I think I'll try and find it and put it here, but it's like, try, if you are going to stay on social media, which I am, but I'm going to cut it down. For me, it's like, like my husband right now, he's on the keto diet and he's cut out all carbs, and for me, I'm like, how'd you do that? Like, I couldn't do it. I'm not somebody who can do that easily. I couldn't just cut things out, but I cut them down, if that makes sense. So I've been cutting down the bad food and I've been increasing the good, and it's the same with life as well, not just with a diet but with life. One thing that for me is really going to help this year, and has already really helped, is having that Ramadan journal that I talked about a few videos back, because it's so important to reflect on life. I mean, I've always found journaling helpful, to be honest with you. Journaling for me has been like a therapy. It's been a way to really sit down and like assess and evaluate like where I am. Oh my gosh, that's so clumpy. This mascara is really nice, but if you don't want a clumpy situation, this is the Primark one, by the way, then maybe do not use it on your lower lashes. I've done it now, so tough. I'm just gonna have to go with the flow. I think journaling is really important, and if you're somebody who like has never journaled before, you don't really like writing, you never really liked writing at school, just give it a go, because you will probably be surprised at just being alone with your thoughts and a book. And it's a really good journal. Like, the Ramadan Legacy Planner is really good as well, because it gives you ideas, it gives you prompts, and it just keeps you on track. So like right now, obviously today I'm not working, but from tomorrow inshallah, like, I will be working. So when I come back, I know I'm going to be very tired, I'm going to be thirsty, but more than anything I will be tired. But then just having a look in the planner and thinking like, right, what can I be doing? And even the du'as page is just so helpful, because it has all the du'as that you could need in Ramadan, and you have space as well to join. Okay, my camera stopped. I have no idea where it stopped. But basically I was saying that just having the Ramadan journal is just so helpful, to have a dua list, so that even if you're so tired that you feel like you can't do too much extra ibadah, like having a list of things that you're praying for and people you're praying for is going to be so beneficial, because you know you've got it there, you know you kind of in a way checked it off every day. And I think we kind of sometimes forget how precious each day of Ramadan is. So whether you are fasting or not, whether you can fast or not, your tongue is always able to ask and pray and ask for forgiveness, you know, all those sort of things. But I feel like this video is going to be at least half an hour long, which is okay. Hopefully you guys are watching this while you're like preparing something or doing something productive. This is the Morphe M504. It's an eyeshadow brush. I'm going to use the Mirame highlighter by Desi and Katie. How gorgeous is this packaging, guys? It's so pretty. I like this highlight, but it's very like, I don't know how to say it, like chunky is not the right word, but it kind of is a bit chunky. Let's see, if I just mix it onto my skin, and then I'm going to take the same rose brush and just blend it in so that it looks, I mean, you know when you put highlighter on, you're like, and so it looks more natural. I mean, nobody wakes up with highlighted cheeks and stuff, but so it doesn't look as harsh. I think that's what I try to say when I say it looks more natural. My lips today. Oh my gosh, guys, one of my lips has exploded in my makeup bag, and I'm so sad because it's like ruined everything. But I think I'm gonna go for quite a low-key lip. This is Zuma by Colourpop. It's one of their blotted lips. Okay, that's my finished makeup look. I am ready now to film my other videos. I need to get out of this dressing gown first, so obviously. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed getting ready with me, and do let me know down below like what you're looking forward to this Ramadan. What is one thing that you're going to be focusing on? Hang on, let me just spray my face. By the way, this smells so nice. So for me, I definitely want to read more Quran this year than I did last year. So actually, like, reading the Quran in Arabic is quite important to me this year, but also doing a little bit of the translation and listening to the meaning as well. And then every single day I want to spend at least 1 to 2 hours listening to lectures on different topics. So if you guys are interested in like any of the lectures that I'm listening to, I have a Ramadan 2019 playlist. It's really random, a lot of it is Mufti Menk, but it's not like just Ramadan based topics. There's going to be videos from lecturers talking about marriage and just life in general and forgiveness and things like that. So all of these lectures are so beneficial, and to be honest, I do try to listen to at least one every single day anyway when it's not Ramadan. But in Ramadan, like, I want to spend most of my like digital time just listening to lectures, even if that's like whilst I'm like relaxing and resting, or whilst I'm just doing some tidying up, like having beneficial knowledge on in the background that I'm, you know, hopefully taking in information from. But yeah, and I'm going to obviously be spending a bit of time editing as well, and then obviously working as well, because it is Sats during Ramadan this year, so yes. But anyway, make dua for my year group to do really well in their Sats, please. Please keep me in your duas, and I will obviously keep all of you guys in my duas. And if there's anything specific that you would like people to make dua for you for, please feel free to leave them down in the comments, and let's have it as like a little circle of community goodness. And sometimes people don't like to do that, sometimes they like to private message, and that's fine. But like I said, I've already created a dua list, but I'm adding to it all the time. And if someone specifically asked me to pray for them, then I like to add their name onto it so that I'm actually mentioning them in my duas. Just something small, but yeah. Oh my gosh, the sun's come out. Alright, I'm gonna go now. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.